museum, learning center. For hundreds of years, clothing has been more than a necessity. It has also been a way to express ourselves and extend our personality. To some, it is a costume, to others, a style. And whether we follow the trend and attempt to emulate it or chart our own fashion course, we do so with enthusiasm. Most of us enjoy the ritual of shopping. Not everyone, but most of us. Looking for the perfect outfit is fun, usually accessorizing it and then showing it off. Love to create an attitude in their dress. Elaine brings us a touch of a bygone era where there was certainly a strong fashion trend. You can see it in Elaine's own creation of an 18th century ball gown, using parts of many dresses with bits and pieces of fabric and varied noses. She put together her design. She made it for a colonial ball commemorating George Washington's visit to Long Island 200 years ago in Paris, and worn by Nancy Minon's grandmother. It is made of net and silk ruching. The bodice has 13 stays. The fullness of the skirt falls from the center to create a small heavy frame, and it has a silk petticoat of black taffeta made to ruffle at the Kelly Walk. She looked lovely in that. The sleeve is an important part of the dress. Rebecca and Nicole are wearing the waistcoats from the period. The sleeves fit close to the forearm with a cuff near the shoulder. Collars were high, sometimes the color of the skirt matched the waistcoat, and sometimes may have been part of a trousseau of an 1890s bride. Gowns like this one were made of sturdy cotton and trimmed with lace or crocheted edging. They were made to last and they were beautiful hat-pin collection with pins that date back to the 1800s. Since hats were an important accessory, hat pins were both useful and beautiful. The longest pins are the oldest, used for the large and heavy hats of the period. Lorraine's dusted coat is a copy of the turn of the century style. Cocktails were an elegant touch, as were puffs. She was wearing a beautiful two-piece Victorian black lace dress. Bowed in the bodice, the skirt is lined with black taffeta. Her hat is an angular design made of soft black tan velvet. She is carrying a Victorian beaded bag. Emily is being escorted by Steve. Here they come. She is wearing a beautiful French cape of silk chiffon with fine ruffles throughout the piece. Her dress is silk, dainty silk, with lace. Attention to the fine piping on his jacket. He's wearing a gold pocket watch, top hat, and gloves, and his spats finish his very polished look. The dress is buttoned in the front, and it shows the distinctive leg of mutton sleeves. This dress belonged to Grace Weigel's grandmother. Grace is a member of our society. Grace found the dress in a trunk along is modeling a brown silk one-piece dress. The dress is trimmed with coordinated hand crocheted edging. The bodice is bone tatted. Sorry. The tunic skirt is of Battenberg lace. The sleeves, as you can see, are short. She has lace gloves, a hat with a Lorraine's bathing suit from 1910 is really quite risque. The modest lady would never dream of showing her bare legs at the beach, so usually they wore stockings. In light of the fashions prior to this time, it was around 1913 that women wanted clothing that was both useful and beautiful, as well as comfortable. These next few dresses show the extreme change that we often see in fashion trends. Judy's lawn dress is of open cutwork and shows delicate embroidery and hand tatting. The skirt displays fullness in the back. Ladies wore beautiful white lawn dresses like this one to picnics and other outdoor affairs. This shows a high neckline with softness in the bodice and shoulders, no boning, a much more comfortable approach to dress. Her horsehair hat is trimmed with a silk rose and is wrapped in silk chiffon. She is carrying a tapestry pouch bag. Judy is wearing a fine cotton dress, also considered a lawn dress with embroidered black dots. This style bodice was often copied for dresses in both lightweight and heavy fabrics. Its style is enjoyed year-round. Models a long white cotton petticoat. This camisole top closes in the back with tiny mother-of-pearl buttons and is trimmed with a narrow blue satin ribbon. The petticoat is fitted at the waist and falls to the ankle with a wide ruff. Melanie's black and white check shirtwaist is a copy of the Victorian style of 1913. The high collar and black bow depict the demure style of that period. Melanie's hat is vintage, made of straw and adorned with silk flowers. Following World War I, 1918 saw the world returning to some normalcy, which included those of very strange fancies in fashion. The short skirt of the 20s was a direct expression of the still somewhat unsettled condition of the world. Cheryl models a handsome 1920s cocoon-style coat given to the society by Mildred Alexander. The wool coat is trimmed with embroidery cording and velvet ribbon on the sleeves. It closes with large black buttons, which she will open for us. Collar is fur, is also fur trim on the sleeves. The dress is lavender silk jacquard with its own matching fanny wrap. Her hat falls low on the face, trimmed with a soft beige feather. Rosemary is wearing this very gorgeous dress, indicative of the flapper, a name given to one who followed the fashion. She is wearing a moss green dress trimmed in rhinestones and a silk shawl with silk fringe, all hand embroidered. As I mentioned earlier, accessories were important, and they were important certainly to the 20s. Cosmetics, too, were used to beautify the personality. Go to the center one more time, Rosemary, show that dress. She has a rhinestone bag that matches the rhinestones on her dress. Judy's own beautiful navy silk chiffon dress. Another dress Judy owns. She has quite a wardrobe, doesn't she? It's trimmed with fine embroidery and delicate beading, and it is certainly a lovely example of the 1920s style. Waistlines were either set very low, like Judy's, or sometimes there was no waistline at all. It isn't often that we see a dress Kelly's black fringe dress is short and sassy. A copy of the 20s look. For the headband, go to the center again, one more time. She'll turn many heads and win many hearts with this appealing vintage look. Jean Cerrito, to the piano, from 1926. Hemlines in the late 20s showed more flutter, as you can see. Waistlines remained low with the length shorter in the front than in the back. Fabrics used were velvet, silk, lace, and crepe. Judy's headband of organza and satin ribbon displays an orchid over her ear. Her beautiful bag would not be complete without showing you the beachwear for the men of this period. Where's our muscle men? Steve, Randall, and Brett show us their muscles here. This is what we've been waiting for. Where are the dollar bills, ladies? Very good. Look at those muscles around you. Wow. Their suits are wool or cotton, rose spandex, and they're from the clothing collection of Stephen Bell, who was one of the... By the early 30s, the waistline reached the natural level. Interest was above the waist, most detail was there, either in the neckline or in the sleeves. Shorter dresses for day, longer for evening. In 1931, a garden dress like Judy's may have been worn. This one is pink lace, hand sewn with its own matching taffeta slip. The contrasting outer blue buttons are hand braided. These two-piece black velvet suits is a beautiful example of the glamorous couture of 1936. Here we see detail in the leg button sleeves and deco design buttons closing the jacket. There is a lace bodice on the dress with exquisite detail in its design. Steve's hat is black velvet featuring a feather collar. The suit is coat features modified leg button sleeves and a quilted portrait collar. The coat closes at the waist with a pin of black jet and amethyst stones. Her veiled hat is black velvet. Her clutch evening bag, already beautiful lady. Lawn gown was seen at many formal evening affairs. Hat is modeling a red silk chiffon gown trailing a short train. Gowns with trains were just recently seen at this year's Academy Awards ceremony. A touch of yesterday's Hollywood glamour. Hats in 1935 were worn with formal dresses and remained an accessory until the 40s. Pat's hat is Melanie's black wool coat and foxtail scarf can be seen on many 1930s movies on AMC. The ladies of the screen wore this style complete with hat and peekaboo veil. They wanted to create the mystery of romance. Melanie carries a sterling silver is exquisite Battenberg lace. Three-quarters left with an uneven hat. This cape is Victorian. Very often we bring back a piece that has been saved and is worn with an updated outfit. And this 30s dress is silk-dotted Swiss neck. By the late 30s, dresses began to range from 15 to 17 inches from the floor. Donna's peach satin dress is a copy of the deco design of this time. Her black silk cape is a classy touch to her costume. Hats of many shapes were worn. The styles of the 30s and 40s is beautifully reminisced in The Way We Were by Marsha Hunt, the Hollywood starlet of that glamorous time. In the book, she speaks of the basic black dress and the many looks that can be achieved with that must in everyone's wardrobe. Then an evening dress of black net and red velvet, and a marable coat worn by Janet. The coat is collarless and boxy in style. A horsehair hat is trimmed in rhinestones and a rhinestone pin. This body and a demi-train. This one was inspired by the stars of the nation. So Cindy took this beautiful Donna Karan silk crepe gown trimmed in lace. Part as part of the set. Yes, this is very beautiful condition. It's beautiful, Miss Cheryl. With slightly padded shoulders. Padding in the shoulders became popular for day and evening wear, and was also seen in bed jackets and in robes. The fabric here is a printed pink floral design. The waist and right part is fashion woman. Mary Jean's muskrat pink has slightly padded shoulders and requires long gloves. The classic pink is complemented by an equally classic gray hat. Please fire. Dawn is wearing a pink crepe dress from 1943 with a taupe jacket trimmed in fur. The jacket features a boxy style popular in the 40s. This jacket belongs to my mom, Gladys Smith. The slouch brown felt hat started my aunt. These blue beaded suits, silk and wool blend, with soutache cording on the front of the jacket and on the back. The jacket features an attached vest with an A-line skirt going just below her knee. These hat displays the silk flower. This outfit could have been worn in an afternoon tea, which was very popular at that time. Lori's smart coat is trimmed with fur tails and name trimmed and has a matching hat. The coat is wool and features a beautiful scarf effect with wide cuffs on the sleeves. The pin on the coat is painted like rhinestone. In 1946, Rosemary Walling wore this beautiful black dress that Kelly is modeling. She wore it to her junior prom. He is escorted by John wearing his dad's full dress army uniform from the 40s. John's dad served as a full colonel during the war. Kelly's dress features a powder blue underslip, complete her ensemble. In 1948, Rosemary Walling wore this lovely bronze satin dress as a bridesmaid. She also had quite a wardrobe, Rosemary. Susan modeled it for us tonight. The dress buttons down the back and features short puff sleeves. The half was wearing a princess-style blue velvet dress with a drop waist and cap sleeve. This dress was given to us by Rosemary of our society. Cheryl's large felt hat set back on her head frames her face. 1945 hats when they were large. Kelly is wearing a copy of a 40s beaded dress. As we all know, we often see the revival of much loved designs of the past. This two-piece dress featuring a bolero jacket jacket and shoulder pads, and a beautiful beading glued to the beholder. Kelly's hat is vintage, single leather moccasins. This hat is the Liberation hat of 1946. In 1952, dresses like Judy's were often seen at weddings and afternoon fairs. Dresses in this design were short or long and formed with gloves and large picture hats. Judy's dress is sheer black lace Swiss with large black tabs. Lace dress from 1958, long and romantic. It is a classic design and style which we have seen since and will see again. We often choose classic style like this to fill our closet, since we seldom tire of them. Kristen Cashworth. Dior introduced this new look in the late 40s and continued to be the sought-after designer of the 50s. The dress features rhinestone buttons. Her typical 50s hat finished. Rebecca and Nicole bring us the real feelings of the 50s. Most memorable, little hair, and head. It is certainly the household word of the time. To complete their Steelers is Celadon chiffon dress with a high neckline. Nylon chiffon in the 50s was a favorite fabric. This clothes is popular also for textiles and for ceramics. Layering and dresses is often featured. These bags is clear with trimmed in rhinestones. This is the type of bag used by just changing the scarf to change the lining that would match then any outfit you have. Remember this bag, please? Coat is worn by Dawn. The coat belongs to Phyllis Stark's mother. She wore it with this very beautiful fine ostrich hat. The coat has a large roll top and a full back, giving it a loose fit. Beneath the coat is a black chemise-style dress with vibrant sleeves and V-necks. The detail is puffed applicated embroidery at the neckline and waist. In the mid-50s, waistlines were lost for a while the Flemish chemise was real. Amy has updated the 50s look for us, creating a modern style and high fashion. Vintage clothing has become very desirable and is gaining in popularity. More women are searching for it as to create their own individual style. Amy's crop Persian jacket is in 1960, women all over the world sought to achieve Jacqueline Kennedy's very sophisticated look. Janet is modeling a peach ribbon dress, matching pull-ups, hat with veil, and a hair knitted mohair gold. The dress is known to us by Dottie Boat. The design is familiar to all of us who remember the classic look of the early 60s, made famous by our first lady, and we wear it. I have this style. Gail models a long brocade dress with a matching gold satin coat. The design is quite real, something our first lady might have chosen to wear. We still think of her today as an example of style and grace. Her fashions were imitated for both formal and casual wear. Gloves were always a part of her design. Beaded bags were also chosen with a short gold brocaded jacket. The three-quarter sleeves require a long glove. Dresses in gold or silver or with metallic trim were familiar to us at this time. Metallic purses and fabric beaded designs or even classic found their way into our closet. Lori's hat is the finishing touch to her back. In 1963, formal gowns like this one were often chosen for members of a wedding party. Donna's two-piece floral gown is exemplary contemporary style. This dress was given to us by Mary Trauma of our society. Gowns often had a matching chiffon coat, 3/4 length or long. Sequins and beads often was used as trim on the bodice and sleeves. The color here is presented long, silk, pale yellow gown may have been worn by a mother of the bride in the early 60s. Here again we see silver beading in a geometric pattern from the bodice to the hemline. Many dresses, short or long, often featured bands of jewel designs on the front of the garment. These stoles, Kristen's pink floral dress is trimmed in green velvet. The sequins on the bodice add sparkle to an otherwise simple garden dress. Her satin turban reminds us of the look of Kristen. Oh, two-thirds In 1966, the movie Tom Jones inspired Mary Jane's fashion statement. Her shirt and bell-bottoms were a familiar trend worn with beads, medallions, and vintage shawls. This Spanish shawl was a beautiful accessory from the 20s, but found an appreciation in the 60s when vintage clothing became popular. As the 60s came to a close and the 70s approached, the rich gypsy look moved in. Renee modeled an updated, coordinated this fringe vest with a ladies' outfit. 70s stylists have recently regained a new popularity, so Renee's outfit will be in much demand today. Long beaded ear Pat brings us the bell-bottoms of the 70s. We saw them in jeans and other fabrics, including polyester. Low-rise bells, as we call them, were in style with cropped tops and halters bearing the weight. That's the evolution of Yes, we almost killed us. The next Lori Miles, a knit polyester blue print dress, a very 70s design. The sleeveless A-line style of knit fabric many of us remember. Fabrics like this one was used in both long and short dresses, blouses, and pants. Even designers of menswear chose polyester for slack-fitted dress and long, feather print polyester jersey dress. This wash and wear fabric became a much used one due to its comfort and easy care. Kristen's silk print shawl is from the 20s. Hemlines in the 70s came down, even though young girls also wore micro minis, especially in summer. Lori's beautiful tapestry coat features a portrait neckline trimmed in ranch neck with a matching hat. My dad wore this coat for my mother last Smith in 1975. The coat is signifies a very sophisticated style. Really great. And it's silver leather dress. Very little is needed to accessorize this, as the fabric says it all. The cuffs are crocheted, her hat is a velvet beret, giving her style a European touch. The French beret has often been enjoyed through the years of fashion. Set featuring bell-bottom pants and an open floral design. Wow. The long top has a daring low back with the same floral design repeated on the sleeves. Platform shoes are an important part of the clothing. Another outfit most desirable today among the younger happy to be able to close our show tonight with a beautiful collection of wedding gowns from these last 75 years of fashion. We We thank all who are sharing these very special dresses with us. She is wearing an elegant Victorian wedding dress from 1900. This gown of satin and Valenciennes lace has exquisite detail. It has handmade flower appliques of silk ribbon and French knots on the bodice and on the skirt. The sleeves and bodice have inserts of silk netting. The gown features a tailored hem skirt ending in a chapeau trace. This dress is loaned to us by Mary Victoria. You know how hard it is. In 1920, Armida J. Schmidt wore this beautiful dress. She was the aunt of Virginia Allen, Iceland Town receiver of taxes. Lori is escorted by Grandpa. Not Grandpa. This is Greg. Sorry, Greg. I recognize Greg. He's wearing a military jacket. We can mix it up. This dress was worn by my mom, Gladys Smith, in 1930. Okay, now in 1920, Armida Schmidt wore this beautiful dress. Okay, now we got it right. She was the aunt of Virginia Allen, vice town's receiver of taxes. And this is Grandpa in a 1920 cut tax sleeve. This next gown was worn around 1942. Kristen was escorted by John wearing the uniform his dad wore for his wedding suit. Kristen's ivory satin gown has beaded trim on the sweetheart neckline and on the sleeves. The dress features a cathedral train, and she's wearing a princess crown with beading that matches the detail on the dress. This is the original headpiece for this. And the cheek with the princess. The 80s ivory satin gown is dated around 1945. The keyhole detail at the neck displays a clip of pearls. The sleeves are long and buttoned at the wrist. The skirt ends in a long train. Her headpiece is from once again knitted and patched off. The dress is from Tony's Casual Tone and Davis. This dress is the 1949 ivory satin gown is worn by a pattern model, Nina Galacio. Pat, escorted by her son Greg, models her mom's gown for us. The dress closes in the front with satin buttons and displays a high neckline trimmed with delicate beading. The dress features a beautiful cathedral train. Her hat and veil were known to us by Mrs. Granville, Stephanie. The gown has an off-the-shoulder, aluminum neckline with a quickly effective skirt and a graceful full net underskirt. Her headpiece is from once again patched. Worn by Mary Jean Cerrito in the 1960s. This simple but elegant white crepe dress has a cowl neckline and detachable trains. The fabric has a soft, rich, silvery sheen and is trimmed with ensemble lace. Cheryl is wearing Mary Jean's original headpiece and long satin lace. Based in silk organza the detachable string for a Captain War 1978. This knit gown has a high neckline and an applique bodice and pier waist. The sleeves are cut out with applique and seams. The matching headpiece features a tapered veil edged in the same floral applique. Changes in style, and they are all in beautiful condition. We thought that we should include a 90s dress, and we chose one that is styled after Victorian design. So Kelly closes the show with a 90s dress